folks, here we are again. Town episode. The Apple Turnover Gang, having successfully completed sealing the Void Gate. I did make a few errors in the last episode, and I apologize for that. One thing which was pointed out is I did completely forget that I had Darkstone bullets. So we still have Darkstone bullets. So when we go back to town, we have Darkstone bullets. We don't have to buy them because I'm pretty sure I did not use them at all in any of the combats. I did not get that plus one. So so we have that. Certainly I didn't use them in the last encounter, but I'm pretty sure I didn't use them at all. And so we still have those. We do need to finish up for the last adventure as usual. So everybody's going to get 25 experience and a D6 times $50 for the success. So Bechamel gets $50. Doc gets $200. And Pete gets $200. Then we also need to check for corruption. Pete gets to heal one of his 2 points of corruption because of his ribbon. And then we've got Pete has 1 Darkstone, Doc has 1 Darkstone, and of course 1 corruption. So Doc, does he take a hit? He does not. Pete has 2. He's got the Fallen Gunfighters and the 1 Darkstone, because we are tomb chest is full of 8. That is going to be 2 hits that Pete takes, and he saves both of them. So, all right. So no additional corruption for Pete. Pete's got 1 corruption. Doc has 1 corruption. We are in good shape. We got a little bit of money. Have not counted it out yet, but we got a little bit. Not a lot. Not a lot of money. We didn't really get much in the way of money for them. We did pick up a lot of Darkstone and a couple items. We've got what did we get? We got the what did we get? We got the Void Catcher. Whenever Darkness card. In fact, that is a Darkstone icon on Void Catcher. So Bechamel, who currently has that, we need to see if she does not take a corruption hit for that. I think what else did we pick up? Not necessarily a lot. Lots of little things of money, I think. Mostly money. So what do we do? What do we do from here? Well, obviously we're going to a large town, even though I don't even know if there's much that we want to do in town, because I'm pretty sure we don't have money for really anything that we want to buy. Some armor would be good for everybody. But let's see for travel hazards. We know we have one each. So let us see what we have. If we have an extra one for Bechamel, we do. Do we have an extra one for Doc? We do. And do we have an extra one for Pete? We don't. Okay, so we have 2 extras. So let's see what we get for Bechamel. Alright, so red will be the first digit, purple will be the second. So we have a 36. You guys can see there, yep. Okay. 36 being a Mutant Warlord. A massive Mutant Warlord riding atop a savage-looking armored beast rides out to confront you. Flanked by his gang of hideous outriders. Pay the toll to cross his land or suffer his wrath. Each hero must either pay a d6 times 50 or make a lore 6+ test to overcome the Mutant Warlord and his gang. If passed, gain d6 Darkstone. As you steal from the Warlord's tomb chests and escape, if failed, you're pulled from your horse and dragged behind the Warlord. Lose d3 health permanently. Ooh. Everybody has a 3 lore. Um, so, huh. That sucks. I think we're gonna pay money, really? Yeah, nobody has any grit. Oh, we all do start with 1 grit. I guess Bechamel actually does catching her breath. She does regain a D3 fortune, so she gains 2 fortune. She has her 3 fortune. So you know what? Let's make the. Oh, it's a 6+ though. Crap. All right, let's just pay the money. We still have a lot of travel hazards left. So Bechamel has to pay 50. Doc has to pay 250. And Pete has to pay 200. All right. Well, there goes most of our profits. Not much I'm going to do about that. All right. Paid off the Warlord. That sucks, but a 6+ lore test or lose D3 health permanently. I don't want to deal with that. So, second one for Bechamel. I guess Pete could have tried to cancel that one. But, no, too late now. So, a 15 for her second one. Devil's Fork. The rock formation up ahead is known in these parts as the Devil's Fork. As you stare up at it, you feel a chill run through your blood. Every hero must roll a d6 for each corruption point and mutation they have. On a roll of 1 or 2, take an additional corruption point, ignoring willpower. Alright, well, Doc takes another corruption point. Okay. Pete takes another corruption point. Okay. Could be worse. Could be worse. Alright, well those are the 2 for Bechamel. Now we have 2 for Doc. We have a 35. A ruined fort. You come across the smoky ruins of a military fort. It looks as though it was besieged and overrun sometime in the last few days. Your heart sinks. Each hero loses 1 grit. If you do not have a grit to lose, instead take D3 sanity damage. They carry over to the next adventure. Alright. Pete is going to try to cancel that. With his Happy Trails. He can spend his grit to try to cancel the hazard on a 3+. And he succeeds. Alright, so he is the only one who loses his grit. Alright. So, a new one for the second one for Doc is a 32. Plague Church. Approached on the road by a tattered figure in dirty robes, he tells you of a church nearby beset by a plague of pestilence. Each hero must decide to turn away and keep on the road or ride out to help this cursed group. Each hero that decides to help must spend 1 grit or take d6 corruption hits as they are ravaged by the plague, and then make a Spirit 5+ test. If successful, gain 25 experience. If at least 5 successes are rolled between all heroes helping, the plague is warded off, and the Grateful Church gives the heroes its prized artifact for coming to their aid. Draw a Mind Artifact. Well, so Pete would take corruption hits because he has no grit. We do have 3 fortune though that we can spend to try to use that. And get a Mind Artifact. That would certainly help our money value, or our money issues. And it's only a 5+ test, although it is a Spirit 5+ test. Which is pretty bad. Oh yeah, I was thinking of giving... I think we were thinking of giving Doc the Spirit Armor. And load him up with everything. But I'm not going to worry about that right now, I don't think. So, let's see. So, Pete has a 2 Spirit. Doc has a 3 Spirit. Oh, we also have the Void Ring that we can give to somebody. You know what? Let's give it to... Do we spend it? We need five pluses off of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. That is not good odds. 7 dice needing 5. So I think we'll just skip that. We can't help them. We just don't have enough spirit. I feel bad for them. And then the last travel hazard is Pete's. The one that Pete rolled is a 66, which I think was really bad, wasn't it? I don't remember. Traveler on the road. Oh yes, it could be. Die roll may not be re-rolled or canceled. Roll once on the chart below to see what type of stranger you've run into. And we are able to adjust that with the fortune per the FAQ. I believe. So let's see what we get here. Roll the die. We get a 2, which is the Scarlet Shadow. Any hero with a posse that is keyword outlaw or has 4 or more corruption points, which none of us have. We do have 2 corruption points. Immediately loses. None of them lose gold like this. The heroes can recover up to their max grit. Alright then. Oh, everybody's going into town with their maximum grit. Nice. That works for me. Whew. Alright. Town. So, folks, what do we have for town? Specialty town. Do we have a specialty town? Let us see. We have a 4, which is a plague town. Didn't we already have a plague town not too long ago? And, of course, there was plague en route to... there was that plague church as well, so well, I guess that fits in. Alright, so we have a plague town. What does the plague town do for us, you might ask? Well, the plague town is here. Let's see that nice image there of desolation. So the plague town gives us helping the Forsaken, so as an option. So it's always going to have a doctor's office and a church. Unwanted attention markers is ignored. And the plague, anytime a hero rolls a 7, they have a brush with the plague. Okay, for their events. Extra options, yes, if you remember, we could tend to the sick. Cunning test, for every 4+ roll, get experience. And if at least 1 6 is rolled, the hero gets a gear card passed on from the dying victim. For every 1 rolled, you're going to take a d6 wounds, ignoring defense. You cannot tend the sick 2 days in a row. That's really it. You know, there's plague leeches or dark zone salve. Neither which is all that interesting, I don't think. All right, so we are going to the plague town. We do have to pull out the doctor's office and the church, because we know that there is a doctor's office and a church here. Excellent. What else is here? Please tell me. Let's mix this up. Let's see what the other locations are. Here we have an Indian trading post. We have a gambling hall. We have a saloon. We have a frontier outpost. We have a sheriff's office. And then we have a smuggler's den. Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing we didn't use up our Darkstone bullets, because my typical luck of not drawing the blacksmith has occurred again. Something I am certainly really bad at. So, what do we want to do here? I'm not a really big fan of the gambling hall, doing the poker, or the crap. I mean, the craps is alright, doing the poker, but and there's nothing else really to. Nothing else really that I want to do. We could get a Dark Zone poker chip to get +1 luck. Get some extra $50. And we can sell Darkstone at $50 each at the gambling hall. But we have the Frontier Outpost, which will be good. We have the saloon, of course. And I do have to remember Doc cannot go to the saloon. We got the general store. So if we look, dusters are 1,800. Give some armor. Does anybody else have anything for armor that we can purchase? I don't think so. Tools of Science is 4,800. We're never going to get that. We're not going to get close to that, even if we get a bunch of gear. We also do have the stuff at the that we can tend to the sick. The Smuggler's Den does have the black market goods, which could be useful to deal with. We have the church. There's really nothing at the church that I want to pick up. I mean, we conceivably could get rid of the Holy Book and get a new offhand weapon for Doc. Is there something that's... So that gives +1 combat. So I want something that can do more combat, but is there something that maybe has 2 upgrade slots rather than the book? Otherwise the book really kind of works. Is there anything at the Indian trading post worth getting? Throwing hatchet, feathered hatchet. So the feathered hatchet, tribal, traveler, or frontier only, and the Doc is frontier. So the tribal hatchet is +1 combat and +1 damage. Ooh, okay. So that's 2,250. Only has 1 upgrade slot though. Or the Indian hatchet is 750, +1 damage, and has 2 upgrade slots. So we could purchase that and then pay for the upgrade to, which we can't do here, to get +1 combat, for the Darkstone grip. And that would give it +1 combat, +1 damage, the same as the Indian hatchet. I think that's more expensive though. I mean, obviously there's no blacksmith here, but if we look at it, the grip is 1,208 Darkstone. So 1,200 and 750 is 1,900. All right, so theoretically that's cheaper. But the feathered hatchet also has 1 upgrade slot, so we can get him the reroll. So then he would have two melee. All right. Well, can we get 2,250? That would be an interesting. Or Pete could use a better offhand weapon. He's just got his starting pistol, so getting something there. Frontier Outpost. Yeah, nothing else. Any other armor? Nope. We could get blessings at the church to get armor, but that doesn't seem all that useful. And then what can we get at the sheriff's office? I know I'm a little bit rambling here. No. Oh, black duster for 1,650, but traveler only, which nobody's a traveler. Although I think there's a hat we can get that makes people traveler. Or the duelist gun belt. When dual wielding, each gun gets +1 shot, which would be nice as well. Okay, well, and then we do have a couple points of 2 points of corruption on Doc and Pete that would be good to get rid of. And we do have Darkstone, but we can't buy anything with that because we don't have a blacksmith. I don't think there's a place anywhere to do that. So I think the first thing we want to do is we want to actually have everybody, I think, try to tend to the sick. At least Doc and Bechamel. I think Doc and Bechamel are going to do that. So what does that mean Pete's going to do? And we do need to refresh some bandages. We've got a couple bandages left. We've got 4 bandages total. We do have 3 whiskey, so I don't think we need any whiskey. I think we're good on that, but a few more bandages would be nice. So we can go to the doc's office at some point. The gambling hall. You know what? Let's have Pete go. Oh, well, we don't really want Pete to necessarily gamble at the gambling hall. I was gonna say he could go there and you could sell a little bit of the Darkstone. Let's see. That's $50. How much is it to sell at the Frontier Outpost? If we sell it, it's a D6 times 25. Okay, so actually selling it at the gambling hall is really that much better. Cash and Darkstone. Darkstone charges the gambling hall for $50 each. Oh no, D6 times 25, so that's like rolling a 2. Ugh, I don't know why I was thinking 25 each. Alright, so what else can we get at the... he could also go to the Smuggler's Den and see, but I think we need money first. He doesn't have a bad cunning. So yeah, let's do that. So Pete's gonna go to the outpost. He's got the tomb chest, and he's gonna take both the extra Darkstone as well. Let's sell some Darkstone. Let's get some money. Let's try to buy some additional stuff. And yeah, we should also see if there's a pistol worth buying somewhere as well. The Gambler's Gun, range 7, 2 shots. Yeah, oh, he can't use that one anyway. At the saloon, there's nothing worth picking up. At the general store, we do have the Gunfighter's Pistol, 7 range, 3 shots, 1 upgrade slot. For $2,400, $2,450. So that's probably going to be the best option for something to buy for ranged, for a ranged weapon. Because the sheriff's office simply has the shotgun. That's it. I mean, he could become deputized, which would then let him go pick up like the Peacekeeper pistol. Range 6, 3 shots for 1,000. But he can, at the end of each episode, after becoming deputized, he can lose that, which means then he couldn't use that Peacekeeper pistol as a requirement of law. So then I have to deal with that. So no. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Enough dilly-dallying. So let's see what happens to Pete at the Frontier Outpost. We get a 6 hanging. He's going to lose 1 grit because he's shaken by the sight of the twitching feet. And then what else is he going to do? Alright. He could train. I don't think he's going to train with the soldiers. All he's going to do here is gloves, cavalry saber. Nah. Alright, yeah, nothing else. Nothing else he wants to do. He is just simply here to sell Darkstone. So we've got the 2 spares, and let's sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll keep 6. So I'm going to sell 4. I'm going to sell 4 pieces of Darkstone. D6 times 25 each. That's pretty bad. Do we use it? You know what? Bechamel will use a fortune. Let's re-roll this 1. Ah, isn't that always the case? Just like always. If there's a 1 and you have to re-roll it, it rolls another 1. Alright. So 10, 11, 12, 13 times 25. What was it? 10 times 25 is 250. And then another 75. Yep. So 325. Not a lot, but it's something. It leaves us a little bit of Darkstone for next turn, or next adventure. Next time we go to town for Darkstone bullets, or trying to get a grip or something like that. All right. And now it is tending to the sick for Bechamel. Alright, so Bechamel, cunning. She has 5 cunning. Okay, 4 plus test. For every 4 pluses is some experience. And if at least one is 6 is rolled, she gets a gear card. She does. If there is a 1, she's going to take a d6 wounds, ignoring defense. She will go ahead and spend a fortune to try to adjust that up by at least 1. So a luck test. She has a 4 luck. She succeeds, so that is no longer that. So she gets some experience and a gear card. Now let's see what Doc has. He's got 4 dice. He gets a 6. Ooh, that is 2 1s though. Bechamel will spend her last fortune. Why am I spending fortune? We can spend grit. So let's say we spent grit. There we go. So some experience, and so they both get a gear card. And yeah, so Bechamel did not spend any of her fortune there. She spent a grit to re-roll, and I think there was 1. Right, so let's re-roll. Let's re-roll her 1 that she had adjusted. There, so it is another 4. It was not a 1. I forgot we had completely gained grit. So let's see what we got. We have, first thing is Bechamel gets an eagle feather. Okay, tribal, traveler, or frontier only. So she cannot use that. But it's not a big, it's not worth a lot, but either Doc or Pete can use it for an extra agility, or some extra health. And then we have a Dusty Poncho, +1 health, +1 sanity, and ignore weather effects. So that's actually going to be useful for somebody. It is a shoulder item. I think Bechamel needs it simply because she has the least health and sanity. So we'll give that to her, and then her eagle feather. I guess she'll give to, actually, well, let's give it to Pete. Yeah, we'll give it to Pete when everybody gets back. There we go. All right, that was day 1. And then we will pay our $30. Do we have a town event? We do not. Day 2. Oh, and I forgot the daily events, didn't I? Silly me. Let's go ahead and see what there is. All prices in town today are plus $10. So that made no difference because I didn't actually buy anything this time. Huh. Okay. Well, we didn't really make any money. Both items, both gear cards, were things that we wanted to keep, or were, worth keeping. Let's see what happens day 2, though. Let's say, market prices are up again. Interesting. All right, so everything's plus $10. Not a big deal. We need money. So Bechamel is going to go to, she'll go to the gambling hall and gamble. Doc is going to go to the doctor's office. Let's get rid of his corruption. And then, what's Pete? Pete's going to go to, he might as well go to the saloon and gamble. He's got a decent cunning at 4. So let's see what we get here. His luck's not good, so he's not going to be using his luck to gamble, but we'll see what happens. So let's start with the doctor's doc at the doctor's office. A 9 as an expert surgeon. Surgery results are +1. He doesn't care. So Doc's going to spend 200 to remove his 2 corruption. And then let's see if he takes some wounds. He does. So he's going to take a D6 wounds. He takes 3 wounds. That's fine. We'll start with. He can start with 3 wounds. He has quite a few. Anything else he wants to buy? No. Oh yeah, we did want to buy some bandages, and I had given him 300. So let's go ahead and buy 2 more sets of bandages, which will be helpful. And let's see what else. Yeah, nothing else. Well, he has no more money, but nothing else worth picking up there, since we can't afford the tools of science. All right, Bechamel at the gambling hall. Let's see what happens at the gambling hall. A 5. Sorry, mister. You must lose $200, 2 Darkstone, or 1 gear or artifact. Alright, well, she has the majority of the money, so she'll go ahead and lose the $200. Drunken patron bumps into you. Paying your pockets, you turn around, you realize that something is missing. She has no Darkstone to get rid of. And, I could get rid of... Actually, you know what? Let's save the 200. Let's get rid of this old map. Once in turn, you can redraw an encounter or map card. Yeah, that's only worth 25 there. That's potential discard, so she loses that rather than the $200, I think. Alright. So... Alright. So she's going to gamble. So we'll start with the craps. She pays 100. And she makes a luck 5+ test, so that is going to be 4 dice. She has 1 grit. She gains 100 for every 5+ rolled. Okay, so that would be even up. She'll go ahead and spend her grit. Yeah, she'll spend her grit. Ugh, didn't help. Crap. Not worth, yeah. Alright, well that's it. So she broke even there. And then for 5-card poker, she has to pay 50. Okay. She rolls 5 dice to represent her hand of 5 cards. Okay. Well, we got a 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, that's a good start. And 2 6s. So I don't know what's going to be best. But let's see. So now she can pay an extra. So she'll pay an extra $250 as part of her bet. She's got a total of 300 being bet here. She can then re-roll any number of dice. Let's re-roll the 2 6s. Let's go for the royal flush here. Or straight. Either one. A 5 and a 6. Alright. So what does that mean? So yeah, so she has 250 as an extra bet. She has no grit, so she can't add to her extra bet. But let's do this then. She's going to spend a fortune to try to adjust the 5. Oh, wait. Can she? She can only do that once. Let me double check something here. Actually, I think I can only do one of them. Alright, so she's going to try to move... She's going to try to adjust that 6 down twice. If we can get that to a 4, that'll be perfect. So, she has to make a luck test. 5 plus, she needs 2 successes. She got 2 successes. So she can adjust it twice, so she adjusted this to a 4. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has a royal flush. 5 sequential numbers. That means as a cunning 3 plus test and if successful, she triples her extra bet. So, cunning test, she has 5 cunning. She gets a 6, so she succeeds, which is good because they had nothing. She has crap, although she did have 2 fortune points, but awesome. So she triples her extra bet. Her extra bet was 250. So she triples it, so that's going to be 750. Is that right? 250 times 3, yeah. So essentially she gained 500 bucks. And then whenever she collects gold from any gambling in town, she can collect an extra D6 times 50. I think that's per gambling, right? So she gets a D6 times 50 for the first one, so she gets another 150. And then that was for the craps, and then for the poker, she gets another 150. There. All right, money's not quite so desperate. We're still shy. So let's see what happens in the saloon with Pete. 10. Song and dance. Make a luck 5 plus test. If passed, you are reinvigorated, gain D3 to your health. If failed, you're knocked over the head and find your wallet gone. Alright. So, a luck. Pete only has a 2 luck. 5 plus. He succeeds! Huzzah! Alright, so he gets... He gets a D3 health. He gets 3 more points of health, and that is permanent. So he was 18, so that makes him 21. Nice, being reinvigorated. Cool. That was a bonus. Cool. So now he can do some poker. Makes a cunning test. He has a 3 cunning, and he pays 50 bucks. For every 5 plus rolled, gets 50 bucks. He doesn't get any. Is that worth? Yeah. She's going to make spend. I guess she'll spend a fortune to try to push that. Now, you know what? She won't. So yeah, no, she can't. She won't do anything. So we just lost 50 bucks. That is all. I don't think there's anything else. Nothing else for him. So, everybody comes back to the hotel. Let's see if there is a town event. There is not. How much money do we have? Let's take a look. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1,400 something. Yeah, I don't think there was anything that we could afford. Yeah, we needed 2,000 for anything useful. Getting something less than that, you know, like the quick draw pistol or the plain old Indian hatchet, just seems like a waste of money, since I kind of want to replace it. I know I won't want to replace it. So the question is, do we keep going? We could go to the smuggler's den and see if there's anything left to buy. So let's do that. So Pete, we're going to give Pete all of the money. We're going to do this. We're going to give Pete all of the money. And he is going to go to the smuggler's den. We'll see if there are any artifacts left. Oh, almost all the money. We'll keep a little bit out to save. Bechamel and Doc are going to tend to the sick again. And then Pete is going to go to the smuggler's den, and let's see what we get. So let's start with let's tend to the sick. So we have wounded soldiers. So each hero can give up their day in town to help the wounded. Make a lore 3+ test. Gain 10 experience for every 3+ rolled. If you at least 1 6 is rolled, get a gear card. That is actually going to be safer than doing the tending to the sick, because there's no chance of getting wounds. You just get less experience, and it's a lore test, not a cunning test. So, and we do have good cunnings, but they've got decent lore as well. Sure. Actually, let's just do the wounded soldiers. That way you don't risk going in with wounds. So that's what Doc and Bechamel are going to do. So let's go start with Bechamel. Looking for a 6. We do not get some. She does get 30 experience. Is it worth spending a fortune? Sure. She'll spend a fortune to turn that 5 into a 6. So once... And she does. So there will be 1 gear card. And then let's see if what happens with Doc. He does not get anything. So we got one free gear card. That's alright. And then... So that gear card is going to be a sawed-off shotgun, outlaw only. So that's going to be something we will just sell, since we have no outlaws, which is fine. So that's worth 425, and that will be useful. Every little bit helps. And then let's see what happens at the smuggler's den with Pete. I think this will probably be the last day in town. Is a 4. What you looking at, boy? Now, a large, nasty-looking thug turns his attention to you. Lose 1 grit as you stare into the thug. If you do not have a grit, you quickly make your way to the door, and your visit to the smuggler's den is over. Oh, actually, Pete does have a grit. So he will spend his grit? Sure. That's unfortunate. Alright. So, roll 3 dice. For each 1, 2, or 3, there's a gear card. For 4, 5, or 6, draw a war card and an artifact. So 1 gear, 2 artifacts. Alright, hold on, let me see what we get. Alright, so The gear card is a Scafford buckle, again following the whole thing where the Scafford gang is selling all of their items. Apparently, I keep drawing those. The two other worlds, or two worlds I got were Targa and the Mines. So the Targa artifact is a Shadow bracelet, so you use a Darkstone to activate until the end of the fight, +1 initiative, and can move through other models and escape automatically. And then a Healing Stone. Okay. Well, so the Healing Stone is probably worthwhile. I don't think the Shadow Bracelet, I mean, Doc already moves through other and can escape automatically. He's already got +1 initiative from the Plasma Sword. So, you know, I don't know. Let's see how expensive the Healing Stone is, though. So the Healing Stone, D6 plus D6 times 25. Ooh, it is expensive though. It is an extra 125. So 275. You know what? I think this will be the last turn. I mean, I could come back and try to get it, but I don't think there's any reason. I mean, we could spend more turn so that Pete could try to get rid of his 2 points of corruption, but he gets to lose 1 every turn anyway. So I don't think we need to stick around. I don't want to spend all session here gambling with Bechamel and trying to do that. I much prefer just getting my money through adventuring and keeping things going. So I think that's all we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the 275. Even though it's pricey, that's actually probably well worth it for a Healing Stone. So, we can give that to somebody. Give it to Pete, I guess. That's fine. Because Bechamel can heal herself for full. Actually, Doc is actually probably better to have that. Although he's getting all that extra for the bandages. He'll be carrying around the majority of the bandages. So we've got lots of healing. Because Pete has the canteen, which lets him, once per adventure, heal 2d6 wounds. And then he's also got, now we got the Healing Stone for 2d6 wounds or sanity. We've got Bechamel has her Ancient Coin, which lets her heal fully back her health. And then we got Doc, who can just heal people. Alright, well I think that's the end of that. So let's see if we have... this was day 2, yeah. Right? No, this is day 3. Can't believe I must have forgotten to do the trick. So, yeah. This is day 3, because again, they were going to go back to... so we do have an event. So let's see what the town event is. A 4, a fire. D3 random town locations burned to the ground. Alright. But that's it. We're not going to stick around. I think we got everything that we needed. So that is the episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. And let's... we've got some adventures going on next time. Hopefully we'll have... I'll have some more models put together, so maybe I can throw in some different models in there. I may even start branching out into doing some more specific missions. I haven't decided yet. Remember, these characters are still only level 2, but they did get some good health upgrades when they leveled up. So that means they're not quite as fragile, and of course they got some decent equipment at this point. Still not kind of maxed out or best. Pete could certainly use a second pistol, and Doc could use a better alternate second weapon rather than the Holy Book. But we're still in pretty good shape, and we still have our Darkstone bullets. We still have 6 Darkstone in the tomb chest for trying to upgrade something next time we get around to it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye.